Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on Orbit Industries, and we're going to continue where we left off with the reassessment of troop troop distribution. Yeah, so that's the one we had done earlier. I'm pretty sure it was a warbot. No, that was the one prior. So we're just waiting for that mission to complete, and then we can have a look at the contracts to see what we've got. There we go, that one is complete. We still don't have any research to take care of at the present moment. Is there anything on here that we've got? There is proof of life. So a lot of the single ones are starting to pop back up again. And there's one where it requires all three modules. We still need the conference room. I think we're going to need it sooner rather than later. We definitely have a lot of admin stuff coming on here now. I want to avoid trying to do these solo missions, because obviously they're the ones that are basically nil cost effective. I mean, obviously if you do 3 of them, they do earn you profit, but still, it's one of them. It's not good when you can earn more credits for least amount of time. So let's have a look. Should we do the proof of life? We've got 3 labs, let's do the proof of life. And then let's have a look at the conference. So we're going to need another layer on our station. We could go opposite this one here and do this side here. We'll have like 6 of one, 6 of another. I'm wondering if we do that. No, let's keep it going to where we're set. So let's go ahead and get a B16M on board. Job's completed. Let's get that job completed before anything. More contracts available. Audit with a surprise or analysis of tactical data. Let's do the analysis because it's a shorter one. Okay, let's continue where we left off. S6W. Now what we can do now, we're going to do a BAM. I'm not going to do any more of these little power nodes now. I'm going to use a BUHA, which is a bulkhead. Exactly the same distance. But it also secures everything that I put on the end of here. Then I believe it actually makes it a little bit safer in terms of faults and stuff like that. I don't have any confirmation of that, but I just feel like it does. S4W, rotate it round. Let's go ahead and get a conference on the end of there. Excellent. Right, let's see what our conference requires in the ASL. So we've got the bulkhead, which I'm going to basically place right behind my power supply. We're going to take a power line off here and connect it up to there. Next one is the conference room. It's connected, so we need to use it. Let's place it here. There we go. I believe it needs, I think it doesn't need that, that's for sure. So we need environmental controls and drones, I believe that is. Let's get the environmental controls up there. It requires a lot of environmental controls, so we may need to boost this. But once that, yeah, it's got 6 at the moment. So let's have a look at what we need. Now the drone thing is bloody huge, so I usually place it at the bottom of my station. Its own little thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bulkhead. We're going to then go to another B16M. We're then going to go to an A2B8. That'll make sense soon. Another B16M. It's completely away from the station. And then we're going to go for an S6W. What we're going to do is we're going to do the same spiral that we did, but we're going to do it in reverse. And look at that, it already knew what I wanted. We're going to do the spiral. Gives a little bit of life to the station. Make it look a little bit cooler. Job done, so let's get them jobs signed over. Let's have a look at what other jobs we've got available. Just a proof of life again to keep us topped up. Accept that job. Continue with our work. Alright. CRB. These ones aren't too bad, they're not that big. However, they do have quite random connections on them. They have a connection on the top, on the back side there, and on the top of them there. What I tend to do is place them like this, or like this. So we have use of both sides, because what we're going to do is not do that, because that just takes it back off. CRB and confirm it. We can then use this, put a little power node on it. We can then go and place a BOAM in between them. And when we're ready, we can put a second one on there. We're going to need more power. I tend to just drop its own little power node on there, just so it's out of the way. We also drop an environmental on there because it also requires quite a lot of environmentals. It makes it look kind of cool. Doesn't get any interruption on anything like that. We've still got our own little stuff here. So let's just double check and make sure we have got a completed mission. Get that one done. Audit with a surprise is up. We've got to combat pollution. It's a 90 turn but a massive payout, and we've got everything available. So let's go ahead and do that. So we've got 90 turns to not worry about anything. Proof of life will be up in a second, so we're just going to keep an eye out for that one. Let's head over to the ASL and let's get our new systems deployed. New power supply in and operational. Keep everything up and running. New environmentals in and wired up. Prioritize. We don't need the other two just yet. Bulkheads. Get them secured. Last but not least, a CRB. As this requires the CRB, I'm going to throw this out of the way at the moment. Now you'll notice the CRB requires a couple of things. I'll rotate it around. Make sure it has a good connection. 1, 2, 3. It's going to require, not that, because I selected the wrong one. It's going to require more of our environmental controls. So I said I'll put an environmental on it. It's going to require a airlock, which is probably going to put us over our limit. Last but not least, it requires a terminal. No, it doesn't. Sorry, correction. I do apologise. It's not going to require a terminal, which is why I need to move it over one. It's going to put out a drone system. I do apologise. That's the wrong one then there. I missed the colour arrow. The arrow that the colour was pointing. That goes into here like so. You require the environmental still, which I haven't, because I've moved it, so it disconnects you. Now everything's now wired up. Still got this main hub. Now the problem I've got is I've got two very similar purple colours. They are slightly different, as you can tell. One's pink and one's like a neon pink. They are hard to see. So it looks like the drones are not reaching maximum because we need airlocks and it's got less workforce. So we need a new workforce and a new airlock. So without further ado, let's get a new workforce in there straight away. Let's get another airlock placed on board. Again, we need to remember that one's already got one on. New airlock placed on board. Let's turn it side on. Excellent. Get them both wired up. Again, this may put us over our limit again for our environmental controls. I'm aware. Let's complete the mission that we just got. See if there's another one drop. There is data clustering, which is a little bit more of an earner. That's nice for us. Continue back to our ASL to get ours wired up. The least time we spent in less efficiency, the better it's going to be for us in the long run. Everything's wired up. Let's see how we do there now. This can actually come a little bit closer. A little bit too far away there. Let's place it there. Go. So Workforce is still down. It's still building up the workforce, however. You can speed it up for a second. However, I believe the environmental controls are struggling. Have a look. Yeah, environmentals are struggling. Go ahead and add another environmental on here. Should have the power for it, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Our upkeep is now much more than it was earlier. So we need to bear that in mind. That's why we need to keep these little missions ticking over. It has less of an impact while we do the bigger missions. Okay, there we go. Let's see how that works. 19 out of 24, so because they only give you a 14. So realistically we want another one for that, but I'm not going to put another one on because it's practically there. Let's head on over to our research and see what we've got. We can already see that it's already in use. So now that the efficiency is practically 100%, well it's 90% on here, it's going to not have too much of a hindrance on our big job. We've got a new research for radiator array miner. Get that job done because we actually had the availability for it, which was nice. The BCE was available. We've actually got 2 BCEs, remember, so that's nice. One job complete. Nice little learner. New job drops in. Nothing available at the moment. However, there's a couple of jobs on the lineup ready to go. I'm not too worried about the recruitment job. That'll still be there when we need to get some big credits. We're over 10,000 credits again, so again we're staying on top. Research is down to 0. The mission is next. Looking good here. The problem we're going to have is when we start doing the mission is it's going to tax our resources, and again we're going to have to pay for that. And as we can see from our financial overview, we're now about 7 credits higher in tick cost than we were before. Got to keep that in mind. Let's just speed things up a little bit and let's get it going. Radiator array miner takes 120 turns. Remember, these research jobs do take a long time. We're going to keep things ticking over, but that nice nearly 6,000 credits that's due soon is going to put us well over the 10,000 that we've been sat on over the past couple of missions. So we're in a very comfortable position so far. I'm happy with how it's doing. It sounds like an error has occurred somewhere. We've dropped down to 82%, so there's definitely been an error that's occurred, which is affecting it. Probably some staff sickness or something like that. Again, I'm not too worried. We'll have the environmental controls sorted soon when we get our next module added. That job is complete. A new job drops in. So now we can have a look at what we want to do. Got a couple of solo jobs here, or we've got a larger job. If I do one of these solo jobs, the rest of this isn't going to be available. So let's go ahead and do audit with a surprise. We have got jobs that are now requiring 2 administration centres. We've got jobs also requiring 2 conference centres, so we've got a choice to do here. Personally, I think the admin is going to be the easier one to do because it's cheaper to run. So let's go ahead and set up another administration. I believe it should be this one here. Obviously with that we're going to have to increase our module for our environmentals. Let's get the environmentals up there. Bring in the ASL, 2 deployable systems. Let's get the environmentals up there straight away because that's going to have the biggest impact for us. Second system isn't operational yet. Administration, let's get you now lined up. Same thing as before. Straight in and connected. Let's see how the efficiency does. Looks like the efficiency is good. We have got a lower supply of staff than we have the demand. However, that could be down to the error values that we've got on some of our staff. Is our supply increasing? It's slowly increasing, but not by much. So again, because we're right on the edge, I'm not going to risk it. It's going to take a lot out of us there. We do now have available though a lot more missions, so let's go ahead and have a look at what we've got available. Got a couple of short missions here. We've got this 72 mission here that I kind of like the look of. Go ahead and do that one. Does mean that we are completely busy now, but I'm not too worried. We've got nearly 14,000 credits. well up on the credits, which is exactly where we want to be. Again, we're controlling the research. We're on 0 research. I'm not going to worry about drones just yet because there's no requirement for the drones in terms of missions. We are aware. 98%. Not worried about that. 98% efficiency. However, we've no jobs available now because they all require the administration center, which is currently busy. We could get another conference room because there's 2 jobs here that both require it, but as I said, it's a very expensive upkeep. Not too worried. There's actually a couple here now. The 2 admins. We do have surface scan, which requires drones. So if we wanted to, we could get the drones going. However, there's 2 missions here that I want to complete, which both require the admin centers. So I'm probably going to do both of these first. Or at least one of them. I will probably do... I'll see what comes up when we've completed them. We got 1 job already lined up to be finished any second now. And then credits are going up nicely. New job comes in. Yeah, 3 conference rooms and 2 administration rooms. That job's not going to get done for a while. We can do some of the singles now if we wish. I'm going to hold on for a second, wait for this second job to complete. As soon as we put the drones out there, I have a feeling we're going to get some more research, so let's just get the mission completed. 100%. Excellent. New job will drop in. It's a 2 job. Not overly worried about that. It's like, which do we do now? I feel like doing this one, I think. Which means we can now no longer do any other mission until this one's completed. That's probably going to earn us a little bit more money than what our tick is. What's our current financial overview? So we're about 23 credits a tick we're losing. So I'd say we're not doing too bad. You can see last 100 ticks we made 1,800. So we're making a profit now. We are increasing our values, which is good. Just that scale, look at that scale, that big jump there, that's a good jump for us. But we do need to start considering our next move. For me, the next move is going to be this surface scan here, because these here are just so expensive. Drones are also very expensive, but I think it's our best option because it'll give us more access. Let's go ahead and take this side of my little spiral that I've created here. Drones are going to require a lot of airlocks, because you'd think they'd release from here, but they don't. Now we could do this here, but as you can see, it's going to break into my module. The other thing we have is these connectors on the back here, and it's a dead end. It creates a dead end for this, so we can probably get 3 of them on the spiral. Now I tend to keep 4 for the spiral, but I've got this because this will go along here, and we keep 3, and we don't need more than 3 for the time being. And if we do, we can just repeat the process. We can use these at the back here as, again, power module points. Get one of them there, and I usually just turn them like this just to make it a little bit easier. Again, they have connectors on the back of them as well, so they can still be extended if they so wish. We're going to need some more power for these, so I'm going to place power modules on both of them just to give us a little boost in power. Now they do require more things than what I've already got, but let's get the power module in first. I believe one of the missions may also be completed, so I'm going to double check the missions. Efficiency is up to 100%. Well, it's actually fluctuating between the 2. Oh, we were sped up, so yes. I hadn't noticed that, so we've actually lost a bit of credits there, I think. Financial overview. Yeah, we lost quite a lot of credits there because I didn't notice the speed up. That was my mistake. Okay, let's get a big job then. We don't actually have much in the way of big jobs. a lot of this requires a lot of stuff we don't have. That'll have to do for now. Let's get the drones operational. So to get these operational, are you connected? You are connected, good. We're going to need some more stuff. So for this, we're going to need airlock and the radiator controls. So I've kept these available here at the bottom. At the top, sorry. They're for my RAR, which is Radiator Array Miner. Nothing in between here, so that's why I have them on the top. You can have them on the top or the bottom if you so wish. I'm going to keep one for now, and hopefully that might be enough for me. Let's have a look. It produces 13. We need 6. So it's basically 2 of these for every... Sorry, 1 of these for every 2 of these. We're going to require water and environmentals again, so we're going to need some more environmentals here. Let's rotate it around. Make sure we are connecting properly. 1, 2, 3. Bring it over 1. So first job is environmentals. Second job is water. Brings in... I am aware. Yep, we will do that. Bring you in there, and then you should come around to here. So, and connect in there. Everything's connected. We are definitely going to need more workforce. You can see the demand is 424. We're nowhere near that now. Let's double check we don't need anything else, however. Airlocks are fine. Radiator's fine. The radiator's absolutely fine as well. So it is just a workforce, which is going to require more environmentals. So I'm going to preempt the environmentals. That is accessed. Yep, there it is. Let an error occur again. Double check, make sure the mission is not completed. It is completed. Let's get that done. New contracts are available. Surface scan is available. I'm going to do the surface scan because we're prepped and ready to go. And it also means that we can do the OmniWeb art exhibition at the same time. Could have done a military contract, but we'll do that one next. Let's get these systems wired up so we have full efficiency. Again, we still need more personnel, but I want to have the environmental module in to try and help. Another personnel habitat module. Drop that into here. C8. There we go. Head over to the ASL. Drop it onto the board. Get it wired up. And see the efficiency rise. Everything's spot on for it. Power supply is good. Yep, environmental's good. Airlocks are good. Why are we not seeing an increase? There we go. Increase. That's our workforce going up. Bring it over to here. We can see the numbers increase. So the BCE's dropped down massively. So has the conference room. Briefing room and conference room are both dropped. Let's double check why our conference room is dropped. I believe it may be down to our environmental controls. There's drones. Why have our drones dropped? Because of airlock and workforce. Workforce is boosting, but we may need a new airlock. Let's go ahead and drop a new airlock on. That threw me off a little bit there. Airlock there. I'm going to put another environmental on just to be safe. Again, there wasn't a major need for it, but we are on the edge of our requirements. Let's get these wired up. Job complete. Wired that one up first. Let's go straight to our job complete. We have solar arrays available. So taking the solar array research means we can't do anything else. How's our active missions doing? 82%. It's saying we don't have enough workforce. So that's because we're still trying to get people on board. Don't worry too much about that. Get it powered up. Airlock controls on board. 99% efficiency. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that at all. Everything else is 100 except the radar. We're not even using the radar, so I'm not too worried. Except that, let's see what we've got in the way of contracts now. We've got the military contract available and the defense administration available. Let's go ahead and take that because it's shorter for the most credits. Again, we're back up to 15,000 credits. So we're not up to the 16.4 that we were at before, but we're not far behind. So we're making back for the lost money that we had. And the station's looking pretty sweet so far. I love the look of this station. It's one that I was trying to have a little bit of a toy around with in my own save. And I think I've managed to have it a little bit more efficient for myself this time around. But yeah, I really like the look of it. We've got plenty of flexibility, plenty of scope. Workforce is slightly down. Again, I'm not too worried. Have a look how we're looking. Okay, so we've got a military contract going and we've got the solar array going. So that's going to be us for this episode. We're going to let them complete, and well, one of them will complete, which is a military contract. The solar array is 200 turns. However, the solar array is going to help us with our power supply. So we've got our power supply upgraded, which is nice. It means we don't need to do too much in terms of all those batteries and stuff. The mission is almost ready. We need to start looking at the bridge, which I think we'll start in the next episode. But until then, that is us. Thank you very much for joining me for this episode. Let me know in the comment section if you've got any suggestions, ideas, or anything like that as usual. But until next time, everybody take care for now, and I shall see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.